Hi, my friends, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to explore the other steps to complete the wholesaling strategy. So like I was saying before, there are, in my opinion, like two big different areas to invest in real estate. I mean, like two different ways. One is more like time and the other one is more money. I mean, to put time and the other one is to put money. There are people who has more time and less money, and there are people who has more money but less time. So I think, in my opinion, wholesaling is more for people who has more time and a little bit less money, but still, you still can have money to do wholesaling. It's just that also it's good to know and test the water to see if you like this before putting your money here, right? Okay, so let's start. If you would like to see the first video, I will leave it here, right here, or even in the description below, so that way you can know what we talk about already from the first steps. This video is about the second part, so it will be the following step. Okay, my friends, so for this step, which is going to be calculating the after repair value, usually called as ARV. I'm going to use Google because there are so many free tools for you to use and calculate those values that you don't have to do it by yourself. I mean, if you want to do it with your paper and your pencil, that's fine. But in my opinion, it's good to use all of these free tools. I already opened a lot of these websites, and for me, some of those were very confusing, and other ones I really didn't understand. But there is this one that it was at least better for my understanding. The name is Wholesale ARV Calculator, and I open in another tab here. And as you can see, there are a calculator that is very easy to understand, in my opinion, is for my eyes. And it says calculator rule. What is this? So this is going to depend on your investors. There are investors that they say, I want to do this business with you if you bring me a property with 70%, 75%. And what that means, it means that they can, from the 100% of the value of the property, they can have a profit of 30%, 25%. If you put in 75%, the profits for the investor is going to be 25%, but of course they need to pay more stuff. It might be less than that, but because that they decide which number that they choose. So you need to talk with your investor to see what they want, and then depending on that, you can change this one. For example, I work with some investors. As a realtor, sometimes I came across off-market properties, and they say, I would like, if you have any property with 75 or 70% after value repair, let me know. And then, well, you have it here, and then you can change it. You can add less, more. You can even just change here. So maybe 70%, or if you want, maybe some of that they say 80%. So yeah, you can do it like that. So in this example, we're going to do with 75%. And the after repair value, that means, like, for example, it's a house that it needs some repairs for sure, but after all of those repairs, they are going to be sold maybe for $1,600,000. But let's put in this example, maybe $500,000. Let's see, 500, 1, 2, 3. And then after that, let's say that, okay, now that I know that after the house is renovated and going to look very new and very, like in the same way the other houses are around in the area, then you say, okay, I'm going to need maybe, depending on the house, I'm going to need maybe, let's say, $50,000 to make that happen, to make the house looks as the other houses that are selling for $500,000. And then you calculate that. If we do that, we're going to see that the maximum allowable offer will be $325. But remember, we are going to also add the wholesaler profit. In this case, it depends on what you want, but in this example, I'm going to put $20,000. So if that happened, the maximum price to offer to the seller will be $305,000. And this is how you can calculate. So now you know that this one you need to ask for their investors. This one you need the comparables that are around. So if you don't know nothing about comparables, you can ask, or you can reach for your realtor around
maybe in your network events that you're going, they're going to be realtors. Always they're going to be realtors, and then you can ask them. Or if you don't want to ask, maybe you can use websites like, for example, realtor.com or Zillow, and then okay, so when we are here in the houses, let's say, for example, we're picking one here in Austin, Texas, and if we scroll down, we are in the realtor.com website. Most of these websites, they're going to have that estimation. If we scroll down, this website has one that says real estimate, and they're going to see a historic price points that the house may have in the past, but then it shows you in the present, and it says that there might be an estimate. Remember, these are estimations. It's not real numbers. The real ones are more with a realtor that they can see all the historic prices and they can do all the comparables. But at least this can give you an idea. And I said that, for example, there is an estimation that the price of the house might be for 615, around 615,000, and they're asking for 674. So yeah, it's going to depend. So this is going to give you just an idea, and also depending like how long the property has been in the market. If it is he has very short days in the market, things like that. Well, it is harder to negotiate in comparison when a house has been more than, I don't know, 2-3 months, no. But yeah, well, this is going to give you an idea for see how much will be the after repair value. For the rehabs, you, of course, the best idea is just to go inside and check. And if you have any knowledge about how to fix a house, things like that, it will be awesome. If you don't know, maybe you can bring one contractor or people that you say, hey, please just come here and help me for 1 hour. How much you charge? And let's say, for example, the person charge just $50 that hour, and then you came out with the negotiation, and then you make it happen, and then you get like $20,000. So it was an investment of $50. I think it's a good idea. It's a good investment. And with those, then you can have better numbers here. And that means that you're going to have better numbers for you to offer to the seller.
Okay, my friends, so after we analyze the property in the computer, what we're going to do is start the negotiations, because if the numbers make sense and everything is going well, you're going to start talking with the seller. And remember, when you are doing a negotiation, this means a lot of communication, which means a lot of hearing. You need to hear to see how you can bring solutions for that person, because if you can bring the solution, they're going to give you the contract for you to sell the property. Now remember, when the negotiation happens and everything goes well, you need to send a contract to the seller to purchase the house. And that means that you need to know some knowledge about contracts, because if you don't know, you can make very highly costly mistakes, and you don't want to lose a bunch of money just because you didn't know. So it's important. If you don't know how to do this, it's going to be your first time ever, it's better to bring a realtor or bring an attorney, because really don't make mistakes that can be easily avoid. Okay, so if you bring a realtor, well, negotiate the commission with the person, because usually at the end the seller is the one who's going to pay for that commission. So negotiate with the seller and negotiate with the realtor. And also, well, if you don't want to work with a realtor, we'll work with an attorney. The attorney, you gotta pay for the hourly cost, and see how much they're going to charge for that. The thing is, you need to know how to do it. Avoid those mistakes, because those are very expensive. And then after that, when everything is okay, and then you send the contract, what you need to do is market the property. When you're marketing the property, that means that you need to put it in front of the people, put it in front of their eyes. That means that that's why you are doing those networking events, or you are going assisting to the networking events to know more investors. And that way, when you have those properties in under contract, then you can present it to the investors. And that way, remember, investors are going to make the move if they see that the numbers make sense. So if you feel that the numbers make sense for you and for the investor, presenting to them, and it's going to be very highly probability that you're going to get an investor, because you have some couple days to do this before you need to get out of the contract. And then after that, when that happens, what we gotta do? So the next steps are the easiest one, because after that, when you already have your investor, what you need to do is just assign the contract. Remember, if you don't know how to use the contract, talk with a realtor or talk with your attorney, but talk with someone who knows. And then after you assign the contract, then you're going to go through the closing date. And this is the easiest step, the easiest step. All the things you need to do in order for this to happen, to get into the closing day, is going to be all behind. No after, that is everything behind that. Um, and then, well, the closing day is all with the realtor and with the title company and things like that. But here, yeah, the most important, in my opinion, is first, you really need to know how to do your negotiations. You need really know how or where to the investors are going, so that way you can negotiate with them. And also, for me, and for you, our recommendation is to have a CRM, or to have a platform where you can put all the names of the investors, and also keep in mind with them, like say hi at least, I don't know, once a month, twice a month, so they know that you exist and they can remember you. Because that way you're going to build that relationship, and not only sending emails, sending a text, but when it's a Father's Day, Mother's Day, and even go for a coffee, maybe for 30 minutes or 1 hour, and that way you can introduce yourself with the person. Because when there is more relationship involved, like when the people know you, then they're going to do business with you. Usually in real estate, we don't do business with someone that we don't know. So that's why it's important for you to show up and let them know that you exist. Otherwise, it's going to be super hard. That's why real estate is kind of, for me, I don't know, in my opinion, I call it like the social game, because you really need to be in front of people all the time and meeting new people, meeting. Also, I would like to say that if you are here in the Austin, Texas area and you would like to meet us, come here. We are doing some meetups on Wednesdays and Thursdays. This is at noon. One of those is South Austin and the other one is North Austin. But if you would like to know more information, please let me know. My information, my number is going to be here in the description, so we can meet and we can also socialize more of these strategies on how to invest in real estate. Maybe wholesaling is not for you. Maybe you're looking for something else, so we can meet in person. Come here and hang out with us. Thank you so much and have a good day. We were traveling the mountains.